The unsigned repair bill fluttered off the polished conference table and landed at the mechanic's worn boots just as the chief executive dismissed him with a cold wave of her hand. The entire executive team watched in uncomfortable silence while years of honest work were reduced to a single insult. Yet less than an hour later, that same woman would freeze in disbelief, clutching a faded roll of blueprints discovered in her late grandfather's office, staring at one handwritten name that would shatter everything she believed about the man she had just humiliated. If you believe kindness, forgiveness, hope, and second chances can change lives, please take a moment to like this video, leave a comment, share it with someone who needs encouragement, and subscribe to our channel so our community can continue sharing stories that remind us of the good still found in people. Graham Mercer had spent more than 35 years repairing heavy industrial equipment across the American Midwest. His hands were rough from decades of turning stubborn bolts, rebuilding engines, and rescuing aging machines that larger companies preferred to replace. Every scar on his fingers carried the memory of another impossible repair completed because someone desperately needed help. He never advertised himself as the best mechanic in the state. He simply believed that every machine deserved one more chance before being abandoned, just as every person did. His modest repair company employed only 6 technicians, but they were known throughout the region for solving problems no one else could understand. A few weeks earlier, the enormous manufacturing headquarters of Holbrook Dynamics had suffered a catastrophic failure in one of its custom-built hydraulic production systems. Several engineering firms had examined the equipment. Consultants had recommended replacing the entire system at staggering expense. Every day the assembly line remained silent cost the corporation hundreds of thousands of dollars. Desperation finally led someone to recommend the quiet mechanic whose reputation had spread through factories, farms, and construction sites for decades. The company's young chief executive, Vivian Ashcroft, disliked the suggestion immediately. She had inherited the business after her grandfather's passing and had transformed it into one of the fastest-growing industrial manufacturers in the country. Brilliant, disciplined, and relentlessly demanding, she believed modern technology solved every problem. Independent repairmen with dusty trucks and weathered toolboxes represented an outdated world she intended to leave behind. Still, with shareholders growing impatient, she reluctantly approved Graham's temporary contract. When Graham first arrived, many employees quietly doubted him. His faded work jacket, aging pickup truck, and battered toolbox looked almost embarrassing beside the sleek corporate campus filled with luxury vehicles and polished executives. Yet while expensive consultants debated complicated theories, Graham spent hours silently listening to the machinery itself. He observed vibrations others ignored. He smelled overheated seals before anyone noticed them. He traced every hydraulic line by hand until he discovered a tiny manufacturing defect buried deep inside a custom pressure valve that had slowly damaged the entire system over several years. The repair required extraordinary patience instead of extraordinary spending. Graham fabricated a replacement component himself, restored damaged assemblies, recalibrated the pressure sequence, and gradually awakened the silent production line. As conveyor belts began moving again, stunned engineers watched machines operate more smoothly than they had in years. Production resumed 2 days earlier than projected, saving the corporation millions of dollars. His invoice reflected weeks of labor, custom fabrication, emergency service, and specialized repairs. Compared with the money his work had saved, the bill was remarkably reasonable, yet when the invoice reached Vivian's desk, irritation replaced gratitude. She believed the work had been too simple to justify the amount. She convinced herself the mechanic had exaggerated his contribution because he lacked the sophisticated credentials displayed by elite engineering firms. Instead of thanking him, she summoned him before several executives and refused to authorize payment, insisting she would approve only a fraction of the invoice. Graham listened quietly. He never raised his voice. He simply explained that every charge was documented and supported by detailed repair records. His calm professionalism somehow irritated Vivian even more. She interpreted his dignity as stubbornness. She slid the unsigned bill across the conference table. For a long moment, Graham simply picked it up, folded it carefully, and placed it inside his weathered leather folder. Before leaving, he looked around the room with quiet disappointment rather than anger. Some employees lowered their eyes because they knew he had saved the company from disaster. After he departed, the meeting continued as though nothing important had happened. Later that afternoon, Vivian decided to organize her late grandfather's private office before preparing for an upcoming board meeting. The room had remained almost untouched since his passing. Shelves overflowed with engineering journals, notebooks, faded photographs, and countless rolls of technical drawings dating back decades. While sorting through old blueprints, she noticed handwritten notes covering nearly every page. Her grandfather had documented ideas, corrections, and observations in careful blue ink. One particular blueprint stopped her completely. Across the bottom corner appeared a familiar signature, Graham Mercer. Her heartbeat quickened. Confused, she unrolled another blueprint. Again the same name appeared beside engineering revisions. Another, and another. Dozens of blueprints carried identical handwriting. She hurried toward an old filing cabinet containing correspondence from the company's earliest years. Inside rested a thick envelope addressed to her grandfather. The yellowed letter explained that a gifted independent mechanic named Graham Mercer had repeatedly volunteered countless unpaid hours helping redesign experimental production systems when the struggling company could barely afford experienced engineers. His practical knowledge had prevented several expensive design failures. Her grandfather had personally written that the company might never have survived without Graham's quiet generosity and remarkable mechanical instincts. Vivian continued reading with growing disbelief. Her grandfather described Graham as the finest mechanical mind he had ever known, not because of university degrees, but because he understood machines as though they spoke directly to him. More astonishing still, Graham had repeatedly refused offers of executive employment because he preferred serving ordinary people through honest repair work. Tears slowly blurred the ink. She opened another folder. Inside lay an unfinished letter written shortly before her grandfather's death. If Graham Mercer ever walks through these doors again, remember that this company owes part of its existence to his kindness. Never measure a person's worth by their clothes, vehicle, or title. Character builds businesses long before money ever does. Vivian sat motionless. Every assumption she had made that morning collapsed beneath the weight of those simple words. The repair bill suddenly seemed insignificant compared with the debt her family's company truly owed. Without hesitation, she grabbed the invoice, entered her car, and drove toward Graham's workshop on the outskirts of town. The building reflected its owner. It was clean, organized, modest, and alive with purposeful work. Young apprentices carefully repaired farm equipment while older customers chatted comfortably over fresh coffee. Graham wasn't standing above anyone issuing orders. He worked beside everyone else, patiently teaching rather than criticizing. When Vivian arrived, conversations quietly faded. She walked toward Graham carrying the unsigned invoice and the weathered blueprints. For the first time in many years, confidence abandoned her. She realized that apologizing would require far greater courage than criticizing ever had. Graham looked surprised but welcomed her politely without bitterness. She handed him the blueprints first. Recognition slowly softened his expression. Those drawings brought back memories of long afternoons spent solving impossible problems alongside a determined entrepreneur who dreamed of building a company that treated workers like family. Graham remembered those days not because of financial success but because helping had simply felt like the right thing to do. Vivian admitted she had never known any of it. After her grandfather retired, many early records had been archived and forgotten. New leadership focused only on profits, expansion, and modern image. Somewhere along the way, the company had forgotten the people whose quiet sacrifices made success possible. She signed the repair bill in full. Then she wrote another check representing a generous bonus authorized personally from her executive compensation. Graham accepted the original payment but gently declined the bonus. He explained that fairness mattered more than generosity offered out of guilt. He had earned payment for honest work. That was enough. His refusal humbled her even further. Instead of insisting, Vivian asked a different question. She wondered whether Graham would be willing to help preserve her grandfather's original engineering archives before they disappeared forever. This time Graham smiled, not because the request benefited him, because it honored a friend whose memory deserved respect. Over the following months, an unexpected friendship slowly developed. Graham visited the headquarters regularly, not as an employee but as a trusted advisor. Young engineers gathered around him during lunch breaks, fascinated by practical lessons unavailable in textbooks. He taught them that every complicated machine still depended upon simple principles: careful observation, patience, and respect. Vivian transformed as well. Employees noticed she listened more carefully during meetings, she visited factory floors instead of remaining isolated in executive offices, she learned workers' names, she thanked maintenance crews whose invisible efforts kept production running every day. The company introduced new recognition programs honoring long-serving employees whose contributions often went unnoticed. One afternoon, the corporation unveiled a restored engineering gallery inside headquarters. At its center stood the original blueprints created decades earlier, carefully preserved beneath protective glass. Beside them appeared a bronze plaque dedicated not only to the company's founder but also to Graham Mercer, whose practical wisdom had quietly shaped the future of the business without seeking fame or recognition. Graham stood before the display with misty eyes that he never imagined his old pencil marks would one day become part of history. More meaningful than any plaque, however, was watching young apprentices study those drawings with genuine curiosity. They represented another generation learning that greatness often begins with humble service rather than loud ambition. Years later, visitors touring the headquarters frequently paused before those blueprints. Executives proudly shared the remarkable story behind them, reminding new employees that innovation required intelligence, but lasting success required humility. Vivian often reflected upon the repair bill she had nearly refused to sign. She realized that paper had never represented money alone, that it represented trust, respect, gratitude, and the dangerous cost of judging people before understanding their story. Graham continued repairing tractors, bulldozers, factory equipment, and old engines throughout the community. He never became wealthy in the traditional sense, yet he measured success differently. Every repaired machine helped another family earn a living. Every apprentice he trained carried his values into the future. Every act of kindness created possibilities no blueprint could fully predict. One sunny afternoon, after another successful restoration project, Graham walked outside his workshop and watched a young technician confidently solve a difficult repair without assistance. The apprentice looked up with quiet pride, and Graham realized that the finest legacy was never built from steel or concrete. It was built inside people willing to carry compassion forward. Before we reach the end of this journey, leave a meaningful comment telling us what touched you most about this story, or share a time when someone surprised you by proving that true worth can never be measured by appearances. Vivian never forgot the lesson hidden inside her grandfather's fading blueprints. Graham never asked the world to remember his name. Yet together they proved that humility can outlast wealth, kindness can outlive pride, and one sincere act of forgiveness can restore far more than a broken machine. Sometimes the greatest builders are the ones history almost overlooks, and sometimes the signature that changes your life has been waiting quietly in the corner of an old blueprint all along. If this story touched your heart, please like this video, leave a meaningful comment, share it with someone who needs hope today, and subscribe to our channel so you never miss another emotional journey. May we all remember to look beyond appearances, value honest work, and offer the second chances that have the power to transform lives forever.